The one way you will find yourself not succeeding or not being able to do anything this year, and more so in as far as growing financially is concerned or growing in terms of prosperity is concerned, is when you find yourself fall in the category of these four people. These are the people you want to avoid, and these are the people you want to avoid being like. Number one, the undecided. The undecided are people who are slow. The undecided are people who don't move. The undecided are people who are stuck in as far as life is concerned. Many times, whenever you find yourself in a place where you are not able to make decisions or where you are very slow in making decisions, it basically also suggests and means that your life is slow. It basically means your life is not going anywhere. And more so and above all, people who are undecided most of the time, you'll find there are people who are always comparing themselves with others and complaining about many things. Whenever you find somebody who's a complainer, whenever you find somebody who is always looking for fault in other people, whenever you find somebody who is always blaming others, and whenever you find somebody who always thinks that the best option for himself is to protect themselves and not do anything that is unsecure or unsafe. And when I say unsecure and I'm safe, I'm not talking about doing unsecure things foolishly, but basically they try to protect themselves. These people you want to stay away from, and more so you want to avoid becoming like them. There are times you will need to rise up and do things which other people probably will look at you and wonder, what are you doing? But simply because you have decided to go forward and simply because you have decided to succeed, you will rise up and you will find yourself doing. So the first category of people that you want to avoid are the people who are undecided. In your way to prosperity, in your way to financial liberation and financial breakthrough, you cannot afford to work with undecided people. If you work with somebody who has a problem in making decisions, be it your friend, be it your spouse, be it a colleague, be it whoever, that is somebody you need to avoid. I'm saying even a spouse. When I say about a spouse, I don't mean you separate or anything like that. But what I'm basically saying is that when they seem like they have a problem in helping you in becoming decisive, or if they have a problem in making decisions and making them quickly, and that is a person you want to avoid as much as possible. Now, the second category of people that you want to avoid if you want to succeed and you want to prosper in this year are the people who we call the unlearned. Anybody who is in that category of the unlearned, you need to avoid. Not only do you need to avoid the unlearned, but you also need to avoid yourself being in the same group of people who are called the unlearned. Now, whenever we talk about the word unlearned, probably what is coming across your mind is somebody who has not gone to school or somebody who has not gone to a certain level of education. That's not what I'm referring to right now. We have so many people who have finished university degrees, who have actually gone as high as even doing the PhDs and the highest level of education, but we can quickly consider them to be unlearned. Why is that so? It's because throughout the years, what they have basically done is accumulated information, but that information they have accumulated has not helped them in any way. There are people who are very good in reading just for the purpose of getting and gathering information. There are people who are loaded with information, yet they are living a very miserable life. There are people who will even call themselves professors, but when you look at the way they are living an extremely miserable life. Why is that so? It's because it's one thing to gather information, and it's another thing to learn things in as far as life is concerned. You learn on a daily basis. People who are learned, number one, are people who like reading and reading different things that help them in whatever it is that they're doing. People who are learned are people who are able to sit down to listen to people training them and teaching them. They are able to listen to mentors and coaches as they talk to them and as they train them. People who are learned are people who are willing and ready at all time to focus on, to concentrate on materials that develop them and make them better. Whatever it is that you are doing in life, you will only be considered a learner or learned in that area when you have developed mastery or you have become a master in that particular area. That is why it is important to realize that on a daily basis, anybody who wants to succeed, you must be willing to consistently and continuously and intentionally learn on a daily basis. You have to come up with a program. You have to come up with a way of teaching yourself on a daily basis, loading yourself with things on a daily basis. That is through listening to things. Right now, we are living in a time and in an age where information is available in all corners. We have information on television. We have information on YouTube. We have information on all the social media platforms that you can think about. You have information everywhere. If you want to remain learned, or you want to be one person that is considered as learned, you must make use of all these resources and empower yourself. You must load yourself, because the more you load yourself, the farther you are able to go in as far as your life is concerned. I will always know a learned person by the way they behave when things happen in their lives. I will always know a learned person by the way they move. I will always know a learned person by the way they respond to particular incidents and particular issues in as far as their lives are concerned. People who are learned are people who go far. People who are learned are people who have supernatural and natural doors opening for them. People who are learned are people who have opportunities, and when the opportunities come their way, they are able to quickly see it, because those opportunities will always resonate with that which they have learned or with that which they know. You see, if you are not learned, you cannot be able to see opportunities. If you're not learned, you cannot be able to see when chances have been given to you. The Bible says that time and chance has been given to all of us equally. But you see, unless you already know what you want, unless you're learned enough to know exactly what it is that you desire, when opportunities or when chances are availed to you or they are presented to you, you will not be able to see them. Why is that so? Because you lack in that area, or you lack knowledge in that particular thing. People who are learned are people who will easily take instructions and follow through the instructions. You will always know somebody is learned when they are able to quickly respond to some instructions, and they are able to work with that instructions from the beginning all the way to the end. That is the second category of people that you need to avoid. The third category of people that you need to avoid are the people we call the unfocused. Who are the unfocused people? Unfocused people are people who are always being distracted by issues around them. Even yourself, one of the things that you need to avoid if you're going to prosper and succeed, if you're going to be financially liberated in this year or in this time around, if that is actually ever going to happen to you, is that you must know that being focused is actually the key. You have to avoid any form of distractions. Right now, we are living in a dispensation, in a time where we are distracted by many different things around us. Oh, we are distracted right from the moment we are in our own homes. We are distracted as we are driving our vehicles on the road. We are distracted in our offices. We are distracted in the shopping malls. We are distracted here and there. There is a lot that is going on around us, and that which is going on around us many a times is there to distract us. One of the things that will always distract people is television, for example. It's become a biggest distractor in as far as life is concerned. How many hours do we find ourselves sitting in front of that television? How many hours do we find ourselves sitting in front of the social media platforms, Facebook, in TikTok? How many times do we find ourselves spending in watching different things here and there? And most of the time, whatever we are watching is not even of any benefit to us. We will watch other people doing some funny things. We will watch people doing pranks. We will watch people doing all kinds and all sorts of gimmicks and all sorts of dramas on those social media platforms or on our televisions or wherever. These things are all designed as a distraction for your life. People who want to go somewhere cannot afford to have distractions in their lives. They must remain focused. They must go towards where they are going and do what they need to do. A focused person is also considered a very learned person. Why is that so? Because focused people, they know how to consistently and continuously load themselves. They know how to gather the right instructions and the right information in as far as where they are going is concerned. And focused people, most of the time, you will find when they decide to go in a certain direction, you will find them going in that particular direction. They will not find themselves detouring here and there. They will not find themselves deciding to take breaks here and there. Why? Because people who are focused know where they are coming from, and more so they know where they are going. And people who are focused will never be able to stop until they reach their destination. We have too much distractions around. People call you and sometimes they spend a lot of time on the phone with you. Some of the discussions you have on the phone are nothing other than just gossip, other than just talk which has no value at all. You laugh at nothing, you talk about nothing, you gossip this one and gossip the other one, discuss this one and discuss the other one, discuss politics. Sometimes you just spend time discussing politics. Oh, this is how it is. Oh, that is how it is. Do you like so and so who is going to be the next president? Do you like so and so who is going to be the next governor or the next whatever else? All we are doing is we are getting distracted. At the end of the day, you find you have spent hours and hours and hours in discussions and talks that have no value whatsoever. My desire for you as I teach you in these videos is that you will take every step of the things that I talk to you about, because you see, I am talking to you things that will add value to you. Right now, you watching this video is not a distraction. You watching this video is not a waste of time. Why is that so? Because I'm loading you with important information. I am actually acting like a mentor over your life, so that as you listen to me, your life gets more value than it is right now. So the third category of people are the people who are unfocused. And then finally, the last category of people that you need to avoid are the people I call the unexcited. It is important for you to understand that in life, if you do not face things with the excitement that it deserves, then you are bound to go nowhere in as far as life is concerned. There are some of us who are too sad. There are some of us who are too sorrowful. There are some of us who will never be found anywhere smiling or laughing. Why? In the name of carrying things or in the name of being serious with life, they have no excitement of anything whatsoever. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, I want you to know that excitement is part of growth. You must learn how to get excited. And when I talk about excited, I'm not talking about just being a careless person in terms of laughter or laughing in a careless manner, because there are people sometimes you may find them laughing, giggling and doing things, but at the end of the day, you don't even know whether they are crazy or they're having a mental problem because of the way they're doing it. But what I'm talking about is not about issues of laughter, but I'm talking about pursuing things and being excited about those things. You know, people who are excited about things, they will talk about those things. People who are excited about those things will become very positive in as far as that thing which they are excited about is concerned. It's like, for example, if a man proposes to a woman and the woman says yes, she accepts to get married to him. Most of the time, those men, when they hear the word yes for the woman, it brings a kind of an excitement that cannot be held back, but he has to go around telling people, so and so has said yes to me, so and so is going to marry me. They are so excited, they will talk about it. That's what I'm talking about. Excitement is important in as far as prosperity is concerned. Excitement is important in as far as moving forward is concerned. It has another way of giving you energy, which enables you to have hope and enables you to have faith, to realize that that which you're trying to pursue is actually going to happen. People who are excited most of the time are people who are full of passion. You'll find people who are excited, they are passionate about what they're doing. They are very enthusiastic about what they're doing. They are very zealous about what they're doing. I like it when I'm working with somebody who is excited about a particular thing. I have a friend who, when he captures something and he realizes that this something is going to take him somewhere, oh my goodness, you can not hold them back, because they will continuously be excited. They will continuously be talking about it. They will continuously be found there. And when they wake up in the morning, the first thing they're talking about is that thing. When they are moving, the thing they talk about is that thing. They become so excited about it. And when they get so excited, that's when you realize they have a lot of passion towards it. Excitement is a very key thing. So whenever you're dealing with people who are not excited, you need to avoid them, because most of the time, people who are unexcited, they are very low energy. People who are unexcited, most of the time, you're finding them, you're the ones who will always speak negative about everything. You know, there are people in life who are always negative about everything. They will be negative about this, they will be negative about this. There are people in this life, whenever you share with them an idea, as long as it has not come from them, the only energy they bring to that idea is negativity. They will want to break it, they will want to destroy it, they will want to show you how not possible that thing is. They want to bring negativity at all times. Those are the unexcited people about things. I want to ask you, avoid those people this year. You're going to make money, if you're going to prosper, if you're going to move from level to level, if you're going to move forward in as far as life is concerned, there are people whom you must set aside. And one of those people are people who are not excited. More so, not just excited about themselves, but they are also not excited about you. You see, one of the things I have learned and taught myself is to associate with people who are able to celebrate me, and at the same time, they are able to be excited about what I am doing and what I am saying. Whenever I see somebody is not excited about me, I will keep off from that individual, because I do realize that a person who is unexcited about me, that is a person who will want to pour cold water over my thing or cold water over me. This is a person who is going to bring negative energy. Anybody who is not excited about themselves is even worse than the one who is not excited about you, because people who are not excited about themselves, whenever you meet with them, they are either whining and complaining, they are either crying and they are weeping, they are always full of sorrow, they are always full of sadness, they are always seeing how difficult things are, they are always talking about how this is impossible, how it can never happen, how we cannot be able to move. Those kinds of people, you need to stay away from them. Anybody who is always negative energy is not your friend. That kind of a person, let them be by themselves and do what you need to do. Now listen to me, my friend. I know that in this year of 2024, you are going to do things you have not done before. I decided I'm going to be speaking to you from the beginning of this year, because by the end of this year, in the month of December, I want us to be together as we all testify to each other, as we all celebrate with each other, and as we all give the good reports to each other concerning the successes we have had in this beautiful, wonderful year. Now remember, 4 people you have to avoid is: number 1, the undecided; the unlearning, number 2; the unfocused, number 3; and the unexcited. Don't allow the dullness to come upon you. The Bible tells me very clearly that a dull axe will not chop off a tree. That's not even just a biblical principle. That's a principle we all know from our own homes and from wherever it is, that whenever you have a knife that is dull, that knife will not do work. If you have an axe that is dull, that axe will not bring down trees. I want you to know you need to be excited, you need to be excited, and you need to be excited. By being excited, you shall become sharp. Kindly, after listening to what I've just taught you right now, subscribe to my channel if you have not done that already. I am so happy that I'm getting an opportunity to be able to speak with you and also to share that which is in my spirit and in my heart. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to me. Again, I say share, like. If you want to make a comment, go ahead and make a comment below here. And at the same time, if you want me to deal with something, you can also put that on the comment and I will definitely do so. Now remember, we want to build a big YouTube family. And the only way we can do it is when you subscribe, hit that notification button so that anytime I post something, you can receive it. Now, God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your time. I love you. Bye-bye.